On this edition of the Sports Desk, we hit the mats. West Boys Wrestling is breaking school records. And onto the pitch, highlights and more. Who's looking to score and save in a Torrance versus North showdown? And in hoops, Bishop Monty's got a sharpshooter. Who is it this time? There's so many to choose from. And in the Pioneer League, South and Torrance aren't just looking to make the playoffs. Who has a deadly three-point craze? All of this and more, folks, so to get fired up because it starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Bonnie Prickitt. We have a lot to get to, so let's get started. The West Wrestling program began its season with the goal of winning the Bay League for a fourth consecutive time. Going into the match against Peninsula, the Warriors are undefeated in league, giving them an obvious advantage and confidence. Get ready to watch the Jan brothers, a football store, and Coach Notch rumble it out on the mats at West. This one is brought to you by a new Sports Desk reporter, Isis Roberts.
West Wrestling coach Brian Notch looks to lead his squad to a 6-0 start and its fourth consecutive Bay League championship, but rival Peninsula Panthers had other plans to crash the party. In the first match, Penn Stefano Alvarado defeats Clint Petrie in the 106-pound weight class. Coach Notch notices the lax start of his team, encouraging them that they must battle through if they want the win.
Well, we talked about we were a little bit sluggish out of the gate, but we kind of turned it on a little bit at the end there.
And boy, did they turn it on. Chris Lee, a fourth-year varsity starter, gets great positioning on top, dominating his Peninsula opponent, getting the W. West Warriors take a 12-6 lead. Here come the Jam brothers. Coach Notch says big brother Fahim Jam and younger brother Ramiz lead by example, always keeping focus. 132-pounder Fahim goes against Peninsula's Michael Garoon Leon, who has an open cut causing a delay in the match. Getting back into the action, the focused Fahim takes control with this nice slam. He wins, bringing the team score to 16-9 over Peninsula. Next up was little brother Ramiz, who wrestles in the 138-pound weight class. After the match, Ramiz said he loves wrestling after his brother Fahim.
It was great because I have a brother and he's so close to my weight. He wrestles before me and I wrestle right after. It gives me the confidence because when he wins, I win.
And he was right about that. Ramiz goes on to defeat Luke Murakami to put the Warriors up over the Panthers 20-9. With the Bay League title at arm's reach, junior Chris Wilden comes up with a big pin in just 1 minute and 38 seconds. To bring it home for the Warriors, football star Matt Bolson wrestles Sirham Dhaliwal in the 195-pound weight class. Coach Notch breaks it down.
Yeah, you know, he's really tough on top. He's long, so he got a nice kind of outside single, cut to a double there for the takedown, and then he put on his chicken wing, which is kind of his signature move, and took the guy over.
Bolson recorded the pin in just 1 minute and 7 seconds to lead his team to a 50-18 win over the Panthers. With the win, the Warriors also made school history, making it the first time the West Wrestling program captured 4 consecutive league titles.
It feels pretty cool. We set a record here at West, so it's pretty cool.
You know what? It feels fantastic. I've been here for 5 years. We have 4 in a row. It's never been done in school history, so these guys, get to be part of school history and something they'll never forget. So it's a nice feeling.
And the West Warriors continue to dominate the Bay League. With their win today, this marks the 4th straight league title, and they look ready to go for the postseason. Reporting for the Sports Desk, I'm Isis Roberts.
Thanks, Isis. Welcome aboard. And the Warriors recorded their 4th consecutive Bay League title, and that is the first time in the school's history. So congrats to your 15-18 win in the Bay League crown. Taking a quick look at the wrestlers who won their match against Peninsula. We see at 113 pounds, Yoshido Funakoshi got the first win of the day for West. Chris Lee pinned his opponent as 120-pounders. And brothers Jan and Yuki Morai pulled in more points for the Warriors. At 170 pounds, Chris Wilden And at 195 pounds, Matt Bozen pinned their Peninsula opponents as well. Let's take a look at a score of what is surely a match to remember for these wrestlers over at Torrance and South. The Tartars pulled out a close win against the Spartans with a final team score of 36 to the Spartans' 33 points. The win really came down to the Sam Lee and Jake Darien match at 195 pounds. And according to the Daily Breeze, the gym was abuzz with excitement, and both of the team's benches and fans were chanting Lee and Darien's name. While Sam Lee would get the 3 points his team needed for the W. That's all the wrestling we have for this week. But coming up after the break, Torrance and South boys basketball teams bring the city one of its best games of the season. It goes to the...
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
The South and Torrance basketball programs collide in a matchup that's got competition and playoff contention written all over it. In the girls' game, South wants to keep an undefeated league record, but Torrance brings back a key piece that just might stop them. As for the boys' games, it's two teams that are fighting for a playoff spot. You know this is a good one, brought to you by Ashley Morgado.
Thanks, Bonnie. Tonight is the start of second-round play in this Pioneer League. That means one more chance for these teams to prove that they deserve a spot in CIF playoffs. The girls tip off first, so let's break to that action.
The undefeated Spartans are seated at the top of their Pioneer League, but Torrance brought in their secret weapon, number 24, Ihana Iono. Previously injured, Iono debuted in only her fourth game of the season. Her major presence gave Torrance the advantage, and at the half, the Tartars led the Spartans 24-21.
We have huge inside presence now that Ihan is back, and we have Jessica on the inside as well, and we definitely had the height advantage over them.
In the third, Marissa Toti fires up the gym with the and one to put the Spartans within 1 point of finally catching the Tartars. But here's that down low presence that Yonemoto was talking about. Jessica Fugitsobo does a great job of posting up, calling for the ball, and with this fadeaway jumper outside the key, she puts up 2 more for her team. Now to the fourth, South Alyssa Yim gets hungry and dishes this one from downtown. But, Mother, can I have some more? Yim gets a second helping just moments later. Even with the great shooting by Yim, it wasn't enough to catch Torrance. South loses their first game in league play. Final score, 51-40.
Torrance came out and gave us a really good effort. They really played us hard, and they really wanted revenge from the last time I beat them.
We're getting back together as a team, as a full team. But the team was good even without me. But now that I feel that I'm back, I feel that we're a more stronger team.
Thanks, Ashley. Nice work. It's a feeling good kind of thing that the Lady Tartars have going on. They are having Ihana Iono back in, and that's a definite difference maker for this squad. She went to In-N-Out for a double-double after the game. Jessica Fujisobo dropped in 15 points with 6 rebounds. Kayla Yonemoto and Kristen Mejia round out the stellar performance for the Lady Tartars. South isn't down and out for the count, though, with Alyssa Yim and Kayla Campbell coming in at 12 points on the board. South is now in a tie for first place with the Lady Saxons. Let's go back to South, where Ashley Morgado is going to bring us more of this ultimate competition between the boys.
The last time these two teams met, South earned the victory with a score of 69-54. However, coming into tonight's game, both teams are 3-2 in league, which means this game could be crucial in deciding who moves on to postseason play.
The battle was drawn and the competition was met. Torrance came out strong and took an early lead. But as seconds wound down in the first, Kenichi Hackman drilled from deep to trail the Tartars by 1. In the second, the Spartans took the lead with this Gibran Zwani move. Hey, you snooze, you lose. But the Spartans were caught sleeping too. A bad pass to captain Jake Lai forces a turnover, and instead of executing on their possession, South loses their chance and the half with a score of 25-23.
Our kids kept their composure. You know, they just kept playing. They knew, they knew there was time left. Even when we got down by one, they didn't fall apart.
In the third, Torrance executed well by not just shooting, but also rebounding. Here, Brandon Gardner does both and extends his Tartar lead by 11. Later in the quarter, Zawani finds Yoda Kasashima wide open, and he will hit that three and close the gap. But the fourth is where the real action happened. Torrance Brandon Asamoto drives into Jake Lai to draw the foul. South head coach Leo Clem was not happy, and just like that, the technical was called. With a minute left, Torrance was up by 4, but Zawani found Hackman and he put it up for 2. Immediately after, Gardner with the ball tries to pass it, but a sea of green and white were on it. Lai takes it down the court, passes it to Zawani. Back to Lai, who finds Amar Kukreka. As he drives in for 2, he also gets fouled, putting South up for the first time. A foul sends Bryce Tadakoro to the line, and by making both, he gives Torrance the 1-point advantage. With the last seconds of the game, South needed just one more basket. Giving it to the big man down low, Zawani goes up twice with no points and no fouls. The Tartars took round 2 from the Spartans with the final score of 57-55.
It's crazy. Like, we hit some big shots. We fouled them, but we came back and we never gave up. So it was a good game.
We're gonna keep on working in the drawing board, but we feel like we can get all the other league games going. We can win all of them.
With the win, Torrance and Lawndale are now tied for second place. For the Sports Desk, I'm Ashley Mergado.
Wow, what a game. Brandon Gardner and big man Jimmy Carley and Bryce Takadoro all scored in the double digits. Shane Smith came in with 8 points. Kenichi Hackman drained 17. Jabron Zawani, 18 points. Jake Lai and Amar Krukega added to the score. And their league records find them both battling for the 3rd and 4th spot in the Pioneer League behind North and Lawndale. So you know it's only going to get harder for the South and Torrance boys teams. They must get through games against North and Lawndale. We're going to bring you more scores and highlights from around Torrance after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
Do you like this top? It's so gay.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.